grow, and let's get on with it. Tip number 1. Gather all the animalcules in Mondstadt area. Gather all the geocules in Liquia area. Reason for that is, you use these items to upgrade your shrine, which will increase your character's maximum stamina, which increases its efficiency. Tip number 2. Don't farm artifact domains until you get to adventure rank 45. Reason for that is, at AR 45 you unlock the highest level, which is 5 times more likely to drop a golden artifact than the previous one. So it'll be a waste of resin. And speaking of resin, tip number 3 is to spend your resin. It refreshes 1 every 8 minutes, so it takes 21 hours and 20 minutes to refresh 160 of them. So even if you log in once a day, make sure to spend them. You're not gonna waste much, but just make sure to spend them. You can always come to the crafting bench and put them in a condensed form over here. So that will allow you to spend them later. So you can only have 5 maximum in your inventory. Also, make sure to do your dailies. They will show up as a purple icons like this. And doing them will give you Primogems, which is the premium currency in this game. Also, do your weekly bosses. I'm not gonna spoil the story and tell you who and where they are, but they refresh every Monday and they will drop items required to upgrade your talents above level 6. And also sometimes drop the items for craft the 4-star weapons at the blacksmith. Also, have a look for the events and especially the ones that have these crowns as possible rewards. This item is required to upgrade your talent from level 9 to level 10, and they are very rare and therefore very valuable. Tip number 4 is to do your reputation. Every area will have an NPC with this icon, and it allows you to do 3 bounties and 3 tasks a week. I would strongly advise doing the Mondstadt first, because at some level it'll allow you to build this item here, NRE, and this item allows you to bind your healing food under a key. So in a co-op game, you're not really able to pause the game and shuffle through your inventory to look for food, because the action is going all the time, right? So it'll be much easier to have it bound to a key. Tip number 5 is to loot everything. Everything that the monster drops, all the flowers, all the pickable things that have a very specific shine, means that they're not nailed down to the ground. Pick them up. You're not gonna run out of the inventory space anytime soon, if ever at all. So it is a good practice to just swipe everything, just pick it all up. Tip number 6 is for weapons. It is pretty hard to roll for the exact weapons you want, but there are some weapons that you can easily get, like these Blackleaf weapons. If you go into your press the escape and go into shop and Paimon's bargains, there will be weapons to buy from medals and get medals for rolling. But every second month there will be Blackleaf weapons, and then every other month there will be royal weapons. Don't buy the royal weapons. These are not really good. They're actually pretty bad. But the Blackleaf weapons are very decent. So at the beginning of the next month, they will change into Blackleafs, and you can buy these, especially for your DPS characters. Also, being on the topic of weapons, look out for the sacrificial Favonius weapons. They are energy recharge based, so investing into them wouldn't be a bad idea, because sooner or later some of your support characters will make a good use of them. Next tip is artifacts. Get the right ones. Go into the artifacts, you will see that they all have 5 slots. The artifacts have a primary and secondary attributes. Primary attribute is much more important than the secondary one. And on the first slot, on the flower, you will always have flat hit points on the primary attribute, so it's not that much of an issue. Same goes for the further on the second slot, that will always have flat attack. But then the things change on the rest of the artifacts, because all of the remaining ones, they can all have attack, defense, and hit point percentage, and also elemental mastery. But this third slot, sand slot over here, is the only one that is able to have energy recharge. And the fourth slot, the goblet, is the only one that is able to have elemental damage bonus or physical damage bonus. And the last secret slot is the only one that can have critical rate, critical damage, or healing power. So plan accordingly. Next is the characters worth investing into. Now, these four are, my opinion, and in opinion of many, they are the best 4-star characters in a game. Even in the end game, you're gonna have a lot of team compilations that use them. And on that note, you will get Shangling for free, doing quests and doing some Abyss. So this is a guaranteed character. And a very, very important tip. Do not upgrade your Bennett to Constellation 6. Reason for that is that you will start changing the damage type of your characters into Pyro. And most of your characters will be specialized in different types of elemental damage, so this will mess them up, and it is an irreversible change. So if you upgrade your banner to Constellation 6, you are seriously crippling your account in an irreversible way, so don't do it. Next is the banners. You get hardened primogens. Don't put them into standard wish banner. You're gonna get standard wishes from a lot of sources anyway, like upgrading your characters or battle pass or events or monthly shop. Use them because there's nothing else you can do with them. Put them in the standard wish, but don't put your primogens in it. On the beginning, I would also avoid weapon banner, and the best way to spend your primogems is the character banner. Now, every 90 rolls you get a PT roll, which is guaranteed 5-star, and you have 50% chance that this will still become one of the standard characters, though if that happens, then the next roll is guaranteed the event character. So it is a good practice to hold your primogens until you get a banner with a really good 5-star character. And if you ask me, the best characters in the game right now are Raiden, Ayaka, Kazuha, Utao, Ganyu, and Zhongli. If you get them, it will increase the power of your account significantly. And the last tip, number 10, is if you plan to spend your cash, first go into the shop and buy the working mode, which is the monthly thing. But for a $5, you will get a total of 3000 primogems, which is the most efficient way of spending cash in this game. If you plan on spending more than that, the second most efficient way is to buy the battle pass. That will give you all the bottom rewards of the battle pass, and there's a lot of wishes there, the event wishes, and you'll get some primogems in the end as well. Everything other than that, you will be directly buying primogems for cash, and I'm not gonna advise against that. Be reasonable. Don't spend your rent money on this. So yeah, on that note, that'll be it. Bye.